What does it mean to be double-minded? Have you heard this word before? Double-minded? Does this mean that you can have two ideas, two competing ideas at the same time? That something's pulling you left and something's pulling you right at the same time, and something's pulling you forward, something's pulling backward, and then there's all this pulling in two different directions and you never go anywhere because two ideas cannot maintain the same space at the same time. Double-minded. You give up on yourself and then you wake up the next day and say, okay, I got this. And then you have a little bit of lunch, you say, man, I don't have this. I want to quit. Left, right, up, down, double-minded. I heard a story. A young boy goes to his grandfather, says, Grandpa, tell me a story. He says, have you heard the story of the two Lobos, the two wolves? He says, no, I haven't. He says, every day, two wolves are inside of you and they go to war with each other. One wolf is of courage, power, courageousness, love, peace, joy, purpose, creativity. And the other wolf is of doubt, fear, frustration, loathing, regret, bitterness, angst, strife. Ooh, I love that word. And he says every day they wake up and they go to war. And the little boy says, well, Grandpa, if they always fight, who will win? And the grandfather says, the wolf that you feed more. Now, I love this story, but I want to remix it for you. Obviously, the wolf that you feed more, the one that you give into more, the one that you're pushing more, you're supporting more, you're giving more resources to, has the advantage and will win. What are you giving in advantages to? No one's saying don't have fear. I'm not. Because it's possible that you will have fear. This year's been wild. But are you feeding your fear more than you're feeding your faith? More than you're feeding your purpose and your drive? I am one of the most negative people I know. My mom was telling me the other day, she says, do you ever listen to your speeches? Yeah. But she says, your negativity, James, may be holding you back. Maybe it's the reason your speeches, maybe the reason your impact isn't going further enough, because on your motivation for today, you're shouting and praising and going and you're doing this and you're inspiring. And then by 5 o'clock, you're upset because you haven't gotten the results that you want. And I said, ooh, okay, all right, okay. Double-minded. And I don't know, I'm not telling you how to remove negativity. I'm saying don't give into it. I think this has to be a different video, how to remove the negativity, right? Because that's even something I struggle with myself. Negative, just negative, James. You're just negative. You're negative. But what I will tell you is don't let it win when you give into it, when you give more attention to your negativity. The things that people post online that upset you and bother you, don't mute these people. You know how many people I've had to mute from my church? From my school, some of my frat brothers. You know how many people, shout out, you know how many people I've had to mute? Don't get into it. If you hated McDonald's, and say, well, I have to eat. I have to eat. I'm here at McDonald's. You don't have to eat at McDonald's. There are other places you can eat. And some of you are saying, well, I have to be on social media, so I might as well just let the negativity be a part of my diet. And then you have an appetite for the negativity. Wow. You've been eating and feeding into negativity so long, it's changed your taste buds. Now you have an appetite for negativity. Wow. Whew. That was for me and you. When you're on social media and you're subscribing and you're ingesting all the negativity, it now becomes a part of your diet, and your repeated diet, those habits, your subconscious, you're putting into your psyche. Now what should be making you throw up tastes good. Wait, what should be making you throw up tastes good, and then you give it to other people and share it. Come on. That is the word for the day, right? Now, these two wolves, I wish the story was a little different because you do have two competing thoughts in you, this natural thought, this higher sense thought. I mean, you have these two, this fleshly, carnal, the spiritual side. You have all these different competing ideas. And yes, whatever you pay attention to more, the one that you give care to more, the one you give resources to wins. But I wish you were able to just have the one wolf. Or wish the story said, well, I taught my negative self how to be positive, and now I have two positive selves, which would still be interesting because then you still have two. I wonder if you have depression, I'm coming for you now. I'm about to bowl down your alley. If you have anxiety, there are pills, prescriptions, there are plans and therapy, all those things. And I think those are all resources. You're using all the resources you can. And maybe you're saying, I can't believe I had to fight it this long. Oh, help me. What are you giving the resources to? I had a guy who said, well, I've been suffering with depression for 3 years. I said, man, that's a battle. He said, yeah. I said, what are you doing? He said, well, I'm not really doing anything. I just try. But I said, but what you're feeding? What are you feeding? That's the battle you have, and everyone has their own battles. Your battle is against depression, and you're gonna have to wake up every day and fill your life with positivity, and fill your life with love, and fill your life with purpose and goals and passions, and fill your life till you stomp the depression down. Other people have issues with addiction. That means you're going to have to every day wake up and deny that addiction. Well, it's been years, and keep fighting it, and keep fighting that addiction. These are the two wolves inside of you. Some of you, it's hate and negativity. For me, it's negativity. You've been just fight it. Obesity, hello. James, you've been struggling with weight, and I'm gonna have to keep fighting it. Every day these two wolves go to battle. Then keep fighting it. Everyone has their own battle, their own fight, their own war. You can't trade wars with somebody else no, that's your thing. I've never been addicted to drugs. I'm not interested in them. But there's things I've struggled with that you might say, that's what you're struggling with, James? That's big. And every day you have to get up and fight that battle. These two wolves every day, wake up. I'm gonna close with this. Eric Thomas had this really awesome speech, and he said that every day two things wake up in the jungle: the lion and the gazelle. He said they both wake up because the lion has to go eat and the gazelle doesn't want to be eaten. And they both wake up and they get to running. When you're the gazelle, you're just thinking, I don't have to be the fastest gazelle, but I just can't be the slowest gazelle because I don't want to be eaten by the lion. And the lion's thinking, I just gotta catch the slowest gazelle and I'm good. I can feed myself, I can feed my family. He said, but the difference is they're both running, but one is running from something and one is running towards something. This morning, I'm asking you, I know you've been fighting that thing. I know you've been wrestling with that thing. I know it's been years, but I'm asking you, are you running away from something or are you running towards something? Wow, that's good. Every day, these two Lobos wake up and they go to war. Today, Friday, who are you going to let win?